This is the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast, and I'm your host, Trudy Simmons from the Daisy Chain Group, providing platforms and opportunities for businesswomen to be seen and heard. This platform is for the women entrepreneurs that want to hear the real stories of what it takes to be yourself and run a business with all the different hats that you might have to wear. Come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration and monthly masterclasses for you to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. These are the platforms to hear and share the stories of the tenacious, the rebellious, and the resilient women that are working towards the future that they build for themselves and their families. Hello and welcome to the Shine On You Crazy Daisy podcast. I'm your host, Trudy Simmons, and today I am thrilled and excited to introduce you to Jan Daudi from MissCommuniTeam. Love that name. Jan, thank you so much for being involved in the book and the podcast. Please tell us about your business.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much, Trudy, for having me. I am Jan Daudi. I am based in Dubai and the UK. I have a business in communications coaching. I'm a trained actress. I've got a master's degree in journalism just this year, and I've got background in psychology. I have understood with my 20 years of English teaching, all of that combined makes me really communications genius expert zone. That is what I'm about. That's my passion. And I think that saying what you mean, meaning what you say without being mean is actually summarizing my business philosophy. It's my mantra in my business. And it's about taking women to their next level in life, wherever they may be, whether they're just starting on their confidence journey, or whether they're at CEO level and they just can't close that higher level of deal due to personal blockage. That is what I do in my business.
Thank you. Crikey, say it how it is. So you started your business about a year ago. How have you changed since you started
it? My business happened entirely organically, and I come from a very academic background. I had absolutely no agenda, no inkling when I was a little girl to be a business person. That's for other people. That's for men who've done MBAs and who perhaps got business in the family. I just never dreamed that I would be in this space. So through people reaching out to me and saying, "You're a coach, aren't you? You coach. Can you coach me?" It just came out of need for people around me. And then I realized, well, hang on, this is happening for a reason. I'm able to help people. And I think I changed in just self-perception. You don't have to do things by the book. You don't have to step into the labels or the habits that you've had in your mindset. It's absolutely okay to grow and develop in ways that are unexpected. And I think that's what I've embraced in my journey at this point in time, in this late stage in my life.
Stop it. What is unbelievable to me is that you are a family of 6. So with a family of 6 to look after and an expat going between countries, what keeps you going?
Well, I have to say, I'm absolutely blessed to have an amazing support team. And I think it's very arrogant and it's not very befitting of a good character to not acknowledge your allies and the people that have helped you along the way. I'm not a one-hit wonder that's done it all by herself. I've had really a great husband behind me, first of all, who's pushed me into exploring things beyond my 22 years at home with the kids. I left my jobs at the highest stage in the career to raise my family. That was my dream. And my children as well have been wonderful in embracing my entrepreneurial journey. And they're all starting businesses of their own. They're all doing their little thing due to my own actions. So I think what's been really great is making sure that you ask for help and you explain to people what your vision is and bring people along on your journey. So it isn't that desperate, lonely sort of experience where you're full of breakdowns and stress. I think you do need to enjoy the journey, and that's what I'm about as well.
I think what I loved in your chapter was reading about the legacy that you want to leave and involving the kids and your family in the future of what you want to achieve. And I just think that's such a beautiful way of communicating, which is what you do, in allowing them to be a part of it.
Yes. Look, we never know where business will go. I mean, they say 90% of businesses fail in their first year. Of course, I'm not entering in with that mindset. I have survived the first year, so I'm not in the 90% clearly. However, I think it's a wonderful thing to evolve and grow and work in the space of messy action. And that's something, as a perfectionist mindset person, I've had to overcome. And I think it's a great training to have young people not realize these things at 30 or 40. It's unfortunate that sometimes it comes to these epiphanies and realizations very sort of at a point where we've lost perhaps the maximum opportunity in our youth. And it's wonderful to give those learnings and gifts to my children. And that is exactly what I'm doing now. I'm sort of helping them realize those things before they have to do it at a later stage.
What a wonderful way to be, and to be able to give to your children as well. You say in the chapter that it was this revelation that now serves me in becoming the optimal mother, wife, and businesswoman I can be. The revelation was around finding balance. What have you found out for yourself?
I think one of the greatest learnings that I can pass on to another entrepreneur is this idea of, if you can think about it and you've, for whatever reason, got this idea that just isn't going away, it's constantly returning to you, whether it's after a year or 10 years or whatever it is, don't ignore that. Don't dismiss it as imagination, because if you can think it, you can do it. And it's often the case that it's unfinished business that you may regret that you haven't dealt with when you reach that age when perhaps the opportunity is closed. So I would say, embrace your talents and gifts, even if they come in a way that was not planned. Be open to the opportunity of taking the risk. And the risk is there for you not to fail in humiliation and embarrassment. Forget all of that. The risk is there to fall down, get up, learn, grow, get to the next level. And that is all part of living life fully and using the potential of what is in you fully. It's the easiest thing to live in mediocrity. And that's what I always teach my ladies. What is your legacy? I always ask them, before we start any kind of coaching, what do you want? What is your legacy? Why don't we stop this coaching now and just continue with your life as it is? I actually give them the opportunity. I say it straight. We can cancel the contract. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with being where you are forever in your space of not moving? And it's all like, no. It's like a panic. Oh my gosh, no. Let's do this. Suddenly, when you've got that voice telling you, you're not allowed to do that. You're not going anywhere. I'm going to make you stay where you are. The realization hits people that, you know what, that's intolerable. Your ambition and your drive to be greater must be there.
And I think as well, just from you saying that these are the people that you want to surround yourself with as well, that think like that, because it is so important to have that growth mindset and to be able to see the bigger picture of what you're aiming for and know that it's possible in yourself. And without those thought processes, if you're always knocking yourself down, if you're always thinking what can't be done rather than what can be done, it's very hard. It has a hard position for you to be in, but you want to be around people that think with that growth mindset.
That's absolutely true. I mean, I'm going to show you a little flashcard, a little bit of coaching for you there. See that word? Is it
impossible? Just for the people that are on audio, impossible.
Impossible. Well, let's do a little adaptation with communication, shall we? What have I done just there?
Put I don't know.
Little line there for making it I'm
possible. I'm possible. Yes.
All I've done is add a little slight adjustment in the mindset.
Yeah.
And you realize I'm possible. It's your mind, and as a psychological scientist background, your mind is your greatest asset or your greatest enemy, literally. And I think what people need to realize is you can overcome. If you say you can't do something, you can't. If you put your mind to it. I'm a mother of 5. I've had absolutely no business experience. And I have no MBA. I have got master's degree going on. When I started my business, I was in right slap bang in the middle of COVID, and everything. My kids were supposed to be at school, all 5 of them, and they're all surrounded me in the middle of all of it. I said, no, that wasn't part of the plan. I scaled beyond measure, and I went global, and I got featured globally in one of the top 100 women making entrepreneurial impact in Africa, due to my thinking that, you know what, it's there. I'm going to grab the opportunity. I'm going to embrace the privilege of the problem, Trudy, and I'm going to really focus on this point: the privilege of the problem. We are very lucky, most of us, not to be living in a war zone, not to have famine as our daily perspective of just trying to stay alive. If your problem is trying to navigate CRM software and trying to understand how am I going to integrate that with my new emailing system and whatever else you've got to do, what a fantastic problem to have. You know, if your problem is, you know, I need to scale from 10K now to 20K a month. Yeah, I need to go to that level now. That's the privilege of the problem. And I think that's a wonderful thing to have on your mindset.
I just want everyone to hear that. That is, it hits you in a whole different way, doesn't it? Of realizing, you know, there's that thing, the hashtag first world problems, and it's thrown away as such a, oh, hashtag first world problems. No, we're actually very, very lucky in whatever we have. And we can do anything with what we have now to get to where we want to get to. It is the privilege of the problem. Thank you. I'll be using that and pretending that I came up with it. What is your favorite business book?
Shine on, you crazy daisy, of course. Are you familiar with that publication?
I believe it's excellent.
I've heard, and I've been very privileged to be associated with it now. Now, honestly, Trudy, I mean, in all seriousness, I do think what you're doing is just innovative. There's not enough of organic, real platforms for women to share their expertise. And I think one of the things in terms of books, I'm not going to go about my favorite book or my favorite software or whatever. My network is my favorite knowledge source. I'm very lucky to have a small group, not a massive group, and I don't think it has to be a massive group. It's more to do with quality. I have a small group of really quality, supportive, sincere, you know, no agendas there. That doesn't help you at all. And I haven't paid massive amount of money to have DM conversations with high-level CEOs. I think that's where you get your self-mastery and knowledge bank. That is, for me, the greatest thing that I have at the moment that's serving me. Relational wise, troubleshooting wise, and even with your platform, being able to document my journey at this specific point. It's going to change and it's going to evolve and it's going to grow. It's a great thing to sort of sit back. What you're doing, Trudy, is you're forcing me to sit back and evaluate this point in time.
Yes.
And that is a wonderful, safe space. And I'd like to say thank you for providing a safe space, because you as a personality are such a lovely, warm, embracing of everyone's individuality. And that's what every woman needs. Some of us think, oh, well, I'm a single mom, or I don't have all of this business acumen, I shouldn't be writing in a book. Or some of us might be thinking, I haven't made this amount of money, I'm not valid to talk about. No, your story has something in it that will touch someone, that will resonate with someone. And that is all you need as a journalist now, having done my master's degree. Stories change lives. Connections and validations of people's experience is a wonderful thing to share. And that is, for me, really powerful about what you're doing. And my network is my favorite knowledge bank.
Thank you. And absolutely amazing to hear that from how you've just said it. One of the biggest joys of me doing this has been the messages that I've received from parents of the 30, 40-year-old women that run these businesses, where they've bought the book because their daughter's in a book. I'll go and buy the book. They've read their chapter, and then they've sent me messages of saying how proud they are of what they've achieved because they didn't realize that was their story. And as you said, everybody's got a story, and where you are right now, where any of us are right now, is there's validation in that. There's importance in that for someone else to hear about. And networking is my favorite thing to do. And I love getting people together and facilitating that feeling of, we want to hear from you. We want to see you. And it is an absolute joy to have you involved in this project and to hear your story and to be able to share it. That's the biggest thing, is being able to share it. So thank you so much for being involved.
No, you're absolutely welcome. I think one of the things as well is you mentioned how people may have read a chapter of a book and not realize, oh my goodness, that's her experience. Being an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting out in the beginning, is very lonely. Okay, even if you're in a group or you've got a mentor or you're going to get betrayals, you're going to get massive problems unexpectedly, personally or externally. Okay, it's there to test the very best of what you have in you, and it's there to sort of let you address anything that is not serving you. And I think entrepreneurship isn't about making the millions. For me, it's about scaling yourself. And for you to be able to have people in your team, and they will come and go. They may not necessarily be the lifelong companions that you were expecting them to be, but to have that input to get you over that hump is a magical, wonderful thing. And there's something very sacred, I think, about women's solidarity. Okay, I teach and I coach and women only. I want to make those spaces where women can thrive and not just survive. And there's something about a women's experience that only we can truly understand. And sometimes we don't want the noise and agenda of other things around us. So this is one of the things that I think is really important to nurture in any part of your life. Just have those few women around you and be the entity that isn't sort of aggressive, jealous, and catty, and those nurturing, wonderful qualities that we often bring to our children. We should be evolving with each other in that space. And I think that's a really great thing that I've found in my coaching.
Yeah. Jen, I appreciate every word that you said today. Thank you so much for being involved in the book and the podcast. And I can't wait to get your story out there.
More than welcome, and just so excited to see everyone else's journey as well. And thank you so much for being such a wonderful host and facilitator of our stories.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like the video and click the subscribe button for this channel for more inspiration. If you're a businesswoman looking for that community that will support you and lift you up, come and join the Shine On You Crazy Daisy membership, offering online networking, co-working, collaboration, and monthly masterclasses to grow your knowledge. Go to thedaisychaingroup.com for more information. And for even more inspiration, please go to the link under the video and get your copy of the Shine On You Crazy Daisy series of books with inspirational and motivating stories from businesswomen around the world.